TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast. This is the first week after a game actually was played. It was a lame game, but it was played. This week, we're going to talk about running backs, and then we're going to talk about guys doing stuff that I don't like, and they're going to drop my draft. I'm going to get into that. So one of them's old, one of them's a fairly new one, but I have some issues with that, and I'm going to bring it up. So let's talk about running backs real quick. We're going to get into that right now. In terms of running backs, we're going to get into that now. I love my running backs. You got to have running backs. If you have one running back and another guy that you don't know what to do with, it's going to be hard to win in the playoffs. If you get to the playoffs with that, you better have a hell of a wide receiving core. Or Mahomes. One of those two. But in terms of building your bench with running backs, what do you look for? How do you break it down? Of course, this year we have the top four, even though Zeke, and I've talked about this before, you can go back and look. Zeke is, he's in Cabo, St. Lucas. Yeah, I'm sure he's training a lot. You have him. But after that, you get into basically your starters, all the guys that are out there. The Aaron Joneses, even the Melvin Gordons, he's going to get picked. But what do you go for next? Once they're all gone, then what do you look for? A lot of people play PPR nowadays. Do you put PPR guys, guys such as James White, guys like Tariq Cohen, guys like Nyheim Hines, Jalen Richard, guys like that, guys who get a lot of targets. Do you put them ahead of rookies? Rookies in terms of guys like Montgomery, Singletary, Madison. How do you do it? I do it like, of course you're going to have your starters, and then once the starters are gone, then you have to start looking for PPR guys. That's the way I do it. And then it'll kind of mix and match PPR guys with values and upside of rookies. How do you do it? It's an interesting question. It's an interesting way to build your backfield. And some guys are going to pop, but there are also other guys out there like the Tariq Cohens, like the Nyheim Hines, that if an injury happens, this guy's going to get pushed into the front. Not so much with a Cohen, I think. I think he's the kind of guy that's going to be exclusively, he'll get some rushes, but he's not going to carry the ball. He's not going to take over for the main running back. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to value these guys. I think we all know what Tariq Cohen is going to bring to the table, but guys like Jalen Richard, TJ Yeldon, where are they in the mix? It's interesting trying to figure that out, how you make that work. Do you put guys who get a lot of targets ahead of other guys that aren't going to be like a Tariq Cohen? Would you put a Nyheim Hines ahead of a Tariq Cohen? That's the question. Leave a comment below. What do you think? Where do you put rookies at? Do rookies come after that? Do they come before that? Do you have to look at the value of the offenses that they're in? Guys like a Madison, guys like a Miles Sanders. You don't know where they're going to go. They say they're doing great in minicamp, but the games haven't started. Even the preseason games, once the preseason games start, you'll see a lot of how they're going to run things. Even though it's going to be very vanilla, you'll see the way things are going to, who's starting, who's coming off the bench, and who's playing late in these preseason games. So it's interesting. The way I look at it is you got your four main guys. That's your top tier. And then you have the other starters in there where towards the end, you're probably going to start looking at guys like James White, guys like Tariq Cohen, and that'll fill that end out. And then once you get into that, you'll probably start getting into your PPRs. And there'll probably be some rookies in there before that gets taken. But then you start looking at your Singletaries, your Madisons, and things like that. And then you start going, and then behind that, you'll get into backups and handcuffs. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I'd go. So you have your top tier guys, the four guys. You have your starters with a mix of some rookies in there. Then you have your PPR guys, probably with towards the end of the starting ranks, you're going to probably start putting some PPR guys in there because you know the teams are going to be on bad offenses some of the lower ranked running backs. And then you get into your backup running backs that could make a splash and pop. That's the way I look at it. So what do you think? I think it's an interesting question. I think it's a good way. I think it's an interesting way to try and look at how you build your backfield up, because you need a backfield to win in any league. Doesn't matter. Every league's a touchdown league. That's what I say. I've already put up rookies to watch, top 5 rookies to watch. Jacobs, Montgomery, Singletary, Madison, Miles Sanders in that order. So tell me what you think. Who's your running back to watch? You tell me. Leave a comment. Leave a like. You know I love it. Okay, here we go again.
Let's get funky. 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 Let's get funky.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Couldn't have said it better, Arlie Ermy. Okay, here's a guy that has had, for a number 1 pick, not the best career so far. A lot of interceptions, missed games, suspended. They bring in a coach just for you, just for the offensive side of the ball. They had another one, didn't work out. They got this guy's even better. And I like Arians. They bring him in. We're going to run this offense. They've been talking to him. Are you going to be able to cut down on the mistakes for Winston, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, don't worry about it. And this guy comes out during training camp and starts talking about fucking baseball? Are you kidding me? You go draft this guy. He might get you a lot of yards, but he's going to get you picks, and he's going to have those bad games in there, those 157 yards, 1 pick games. And it's going to be, you're not going to get, he's a backup. He's a backup. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't even put him in my top 20 now. I haven't done my draft sheet yet. I'll show it to you when I do get it all set up. But you got to be kidding me with this. You got other guys out there. You got Russell Wilson. He's a baseball player. You don't hear him talking about that. You got the kid who just got drafted number 1. He ain't talking about baseball. This guy's the only guy talking about fucking baseball. Are you kidding me? Drop him on your list. Drop him. So here you go. I'm going to show you a picture here. This happened a while ago. This happened in January, I think, beginning of the year. So this guy went and got this ring. He got the GOAT ring. And I'm going to go a different way on it. Most people probably just say, oh, well, he thinks he's the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. I mean, this guy's the GOAT. But he went and got it, and he's not going to catch Jerry Rice anytime soon. I don't think he is. In my opinion, he's not. But why would you get the GOAT head ring? Does he know what that symbolizes? In my opinion, I think he does. I think he's trying to get into the entertainment business. He's going to try and transfer over and transition over in the entertainment business. Look at this. Remember that? First one out there. He went and did that. And in case you didn't know, the entertainment business, especially the music business, is so rife with just awful people, satanic people. There's rituals and shit. It's fucking horrible.
Chicago.
I love this song.
I command you in the name of Lucifer to spread the blood of the innocent.
Go look it up if you don't believe me. Go to YouTube, go to anything. All you got to do is put in music business and then put in Satanism, and you will find hours of shit. It's a fucking nightmare. And I think this guy wants to get in there, and I think he got that to symbolize this kind of shit. I'm dropping him. I won't pick him. First of all, he's not going to get where I'm picking in the middle round, so I don't think he's going to get to me anyway. And if he would, even if he did, I'd skip over him. He's getting older. He's on a new team. He's already hurt, in case you didn't hear about that. So, yeah, I'm not buying this guy. This guy's got bad mojo all around him, so fuck this guy. Anyway, that's the show. Don't forget, like and subscribe. We just surpassed 25 subscribers. Thank you very much. Yay. We're going to 50. We're going to get to 50 now. So like and subscribe. We could really use it. I appreciate you listening. Next week, we'll have something else for you. We'll recap whatever happens this weekend, and we'll give you the goods and the not so goods. So have a good week. God bless. I'll see you next week.
Hey, thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow TalkMan Radio on Facebook and Twitter, and kill that like button and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, everyone's team sucks but mine.